Let's talk a little bit more about where the Syrian chemical arsenal could be disposed of. There's a lot of questions about that. No answers at the moment. Let's talk to current affairs journalist north of Robert Harneis. He's on the line now. Hi there, Robert. So Albania said no last night. Now France and Belgium are being mentioned as possible recipients for all these toxic chemicals. But are they going to say yes, do you think?
Well, the answer to that is I don't know. Norway has also said no. The reason why France is a obvious candidate is that France has a considerable program running all the time disposing of chemical weapons that are left over from the Second World War, which keep being uncovered. So they have the technical capacity to deal with the problem. There are political reasons why they might not want to get involved, because it's a sort of recognition of the Bashar al-Assad government, which France has been the last government to want to do. So they may try and wriggle out of it, but they may also be under pressure for the Americans to be helpful, because what is interesting is when the Albanians said no, the US ambassador to Albania said, "We," and I quote, "I'm sure we will get this all done in time."
Oh, OK.
So,
but at this point now, it doesn't look like anyone's going to volunteer without some coercion, does it?
well, it's not the job you're really looking for, is it?
OK, but a lot of countries are saying it's for the greater good, though, aren't they? So where do you think, if it isn't France, where do you think these are going to end up, these chemicals, for final destruction?
My guess is that France will say yes, because they'll want to look positive and helpful. François Hollande, don't forget, is actually at this moment in Israel on a 3-day visit. So my feeling is that the French will be helpful. My feeling also is that if they're not, that somebody somewhere will find a way of dealing with this problem, either temporarily or on a permanent basis, because you've got two possibilities. You can either take the stuff in and stock it, or you can take the stuff in, stock it, and destroy it.
I wonder what the public reaction would be, because the public in Albania weren't very happy at all, were they? There were days of protest.
Well, the trap for the French, apart from the fact that they appear to be recognising Bashar al-Assad, whom they have spent months and years decrying on every possible ground, is that the public may well say that if France had minded its own business in the first place, they wouldn't be in this awkward position of now having to be helpful over chemical weapons. The
US has said as well, as you're saying, that there are possible options. Are they all within the EU, though, within Europe?
I don't think they're all within Europe, no. I mean, there must be other options. Well, they could go to America, of course.
Why hasn't America come forward first, I wanted to say, that they deal with it? It'd be a tidy option, wouldn't it?
It's not a question I've had a chance to get an answer to, but it is true. I mean, they have the capacity to deal with this sort of thing, if necessary. I mean, I've no doubt Russia has some capacity as well.
Well, with no clear decision then as we stand tonight again, this 6-week deadline to get all these toxic materials, or most of them anyway, out of the country, do you think that's too tight then?
Well, yes, I do, personally. I mean, there's certain areas where the Syrian government can't go, and certainly the team of inspectors can't go. But one thing is absolutely clear. On Friday, the OPCW, the Organisation for the Prevention of Chemical Weapons, cleared the roadmap, as it's called, that the Syrian government put forward to dispose of these weapons and materials. Syria is difficult to criticise at the moment, quite frankly, and therefore I can't see this process being easily derailed just because in the short term countries aren't queuing up to take chemical weapons.
Well, thanks for your input tonight in the programme. Foreign Affairs journalist Robert Harneis there in Strasbourg. Much appreciated.